Shut up! Hey!
Safe space.
This gentleman requests complete silence for his introduction.
That's me.
And the leader of the Dream Team. He's the hardest working man in sports and entertainment.
Back up. Today.
The godfather of sports, Stokely Hathaway.
I got one on you. Take the record book. MDK all day.
View, Long Island, New York, 215 pounds.
Not a
He's better than you, and you know it. Maxwell.
I beat your ass all by myself. And Maxwell Friedman, he's going to do the same thing to you tonight. But the difference is, when he's done, we're going to put you where you belong, and that's behind some damn bars. Respect the law! Shut up!
Friedman with a foreign object, you will be serving time in state prison.
Beyond Wrestling, somebody's farewell probably, East Greenwich, Rhode Island. Here we go, Nick Gage against MJF. I'm Paul Crockett alongside Hot Sauce Tracy Williams.
And yeah, Nick Gage, first of all, a man that does not care for the police, a man that has served his time. So I take issue with what Stokely Hathaway was saying before the match, which, you know, what else is new? And Nick Gage right now is just imposing his will on MJF. Right hands, taking him around the building, back in the ring. That police officer just said that if Nick Gage uses a foreign object on MJF, that he'll be serving time. I don't think that's how the law works. I mean, you could maybe, if MJF presses charges for assault, maybe he would be arrested. But
yeah, unless this guy's Judge Dredd, he's not the judge, jury, and executioner.
I mean, don't get me started on the police on commentary, but I'll let Nick Gage's actions speak for me here.
And let's call this what it is. MJF has been ducking Nick Gage for a long time here in Beyond Wrestling. And Nick Gage finally has his opportunity, but the only problem is this is going to be a 4-on-1 contest, not 1-on-1.
Yeah, this whole facade of bringing the police officer to keep the law and order in this matchup it's not fooling anybody. We see where the numbers are.
Where did they rent this cop from?
Who knows?
Well, it was back in April. It was a 2-on-1 handicap match, no disqualification. Jonathan Gresham, then with the Dream Team, teamed with Stokely Hathaway. And Stokely Hathaway, with a lot of trickery, a lot of chicanery, pinned Nick Gage in the middle of the ring. And ever since then, Nick Gage has been on a warpath for revenge.
So you're saying it's not 100% accurate when Stokely said that he beat Nick Gage's ass all by himself?
I would say it was not 100% accurate.
Wow.
No. Yeah.
I'm shocked.
You having formerly been under the guide of Stokely Hathaway at another time in another place, you know exactly what he's up to.
Yeah, we all make mistakes.
MJF, you suck.
Live and learn. And Nick Gage is a shining example of that. He knows what the mistakes he's made in his life and the choices he's made. He's paid for them, and he's here to make that better.
And for those of you that follow MJF and Beyond Wrestling on Twitter and other forms of social media, you saw MJF outside of a state prison talking down to Nick Gage, saying that this isn't about the fact that he is a convicted felon. It's about the fact that he is a bad person. So MJF, on his high horse, not only pointing out that Nick Gage served his time, he was calling him just a bad person.
Yeah, that's not only arrogance, it's ignorance on the part of MJF. I mean, not everybody's lived the kind of privileged life that MJF has where he doesn't have to make those hard decisions that could lead to him serving time and making those hard calls and making those mistakes in his life because he's had everything handed to him on that silver platter. He knows it, and he thinks that makes him better than Nick Gage.
And as if it wasn't bad enough that Nick Gage wanted revenge, MJF went and made it even more personal. It was like he found the bear, found a stick, and poked it as hard as he could.
Yep. He went down to Party City, rented himself a police officer here tonight too, trying to really get inside the head and the mind of Nick Gage.
Of course, Nick Gage proudly representing Game Changer Wrestling. They call themselves shot callers, not cop callers.
Absolutely.
And MJF and the Dream Team trying to play mind games, if anything else, here with Nick Gage tonight.
Yeah. But so far, Nick Gage unaffected by this piece of garbage police officer at ringside.
Nick Gage, one of the toughest competitors in professional wrestling. You've been in there with him before. You know exactly how tough he is.
Oh, yeah. There's a reason he carries that aura with him everywhere he goes. Oh! Nick Gage off the top with a crossbody.
Because it's not just the physical toughness, that's obvious. It's the mental toughness that goes along with it.
No. Go to our feet, gentlemen.
MJF and Nick Gage down here at the Varnum Memorial Armory, East Greenwich, Rhode Island. Beyond Wrestling, somebody's farewell probably. And MJF better pray it's not his tonight when Nick Gage is done with him.
Very well could be. But they made the threat that it could be Nick Gage's farewell. They're threatening to take the man back to jail. And I don't think those charges are going to stick.
No, MJF goes for that eye poke, misses, runs into a spine buster.
You're going to have to bring a little more than a telegraphed eye poke to get one over on a deathmatch veteran like Nick Gage.
Running face wash connects. Kick out at 2. And as much as MJF is despicable, the guy is very talented at what he does in the ring.
Yeah, that's what got him here. He may think it's his brilliant mind and his great tactics, but at the end of the day, he is a good professional wrestler. I don't know if he realizes it with all the shortcuts he tries to take, but, you know, there's a reason that he's able to kick out of something like that. Ooh.
Gage goes shoulder first into the post, and now MJF sees a target, and this might be the opening he needs to finish off Nick Gage. Going up to that second rope. And he targets that arm, and he does it in an outstanding manner. Follows it up with a power bomb, excuse me.
Yeah, that kneeling doctor bomb, but he's looking to get on that arm with this reverse Jujigatame where rather than pulling back on the arm, he's going to look to hyperextend that elbow upwards by pushing up, as you can see.
awkward technique, but nonetheless, Nick Gage is feeling it either way as he's trying to desperately get his way to the ropes, knowing that this is a terrible position to be in.
But one of Gage's best qualities when it comes to in-ring wrestling is his never say die attitude.
Absolutely.
I mean, he's been through such hell in that ring. He's literally died in a wrestling match.
Yep.
I mean, I'm sure everybody's heard the story, but that is true. You can look it up. His heart has stopped in a wrestling match, and he is still here today fighting. So while an armbar is always a dangerous situation to be in, it's going to take a little more to put away Nick Gage once again.
These two showing what Beyond Wrestling is all about, but at some point, you know, Stokely Hathaway, Thomas Sharp, and Officer, whoever, are going to get involved. MJF going for that pile driver, pendulum pile driver. He couldn't hit it.
Nice counter from Gage. I've never seen that way out of that maneuver before.
And MJF down in a heap.
Yeah, he used MJF's own momentum against him and just sort of Alabama slammed him. One of the hardest falls you can take in a wrestling ring is that Alabama slam type fall. And wow, MJF just felt it, not even in the middle of the ring.
Going up top, and Nick Gage is used to danger. Floats right over, well done, into the Falcon Arrow. Goes for that cover. And there he is, Stokely Hathaway getting involved like we knew he would.
Yeah, where was Officer ACAB on that one?
He was probably looking the other way as Stokely weaseled his way to the other side. Uh-oh. Nick Gage is furious, and he realizes immediately his mistake. But now we have a chair in the ring. MJF goes, but now he just gave Nick Gage a dangerous weapon.
Damn!
Thomas Sharp crushed.
Stokely!
Oh!
Oh my God, he's dead! Oh no,
Stokely whacked with that chair. Oh, good!
Whoa!
Pile driver, and Stokely Hathaway just did what we all wished we could.
The cop is looking to put Gage away.
Trying to put the cuffs on. Oh boy.
Oh yes!
Oh!
Oh, Gage just living out his fantasies here.
Go back to Party City, wherever you came from.
Yes, go back to Party City where you belong. Oh my God, MTK, ACAB. Nick Gage bringing all sorts of acronyms into the ring tonight.
And now MJF begging for his life. Like the coward we know he is.
Oh, and you know, this is Stephen DeMang doing his job.
Oh, come on!
Oh my, and
low blow.
No.
No!
Yes!
MJF thought he had weaseled his way out, but Nick Gage will not quit.
Pardon my bias, but I can't help it.
Pile driver. Oh!
Perfect, picture perfect. Stacks it up with another one. Snap power
Powerbomb.
Yes.
Good night, MJF. Good night, Stokely Hathaway. Good night, Dream Team.
Right there. I'm staying around Beyond. I'm coming for everybody. Hey, thank you guys.